So, fellas, have you ever wondered why, when you were having a conversation with your woman, especially what we call in our household heated fellowship, where you're having a bit of a disagreement or misunderstanding, have you ever wondered why it feels like you start talking about one thing, and by the end of the conversation, she has led you down a path of five other topics that you were not intending to talk about? There's a reason why she does that, and we're going to fix that right now. But before we do that, I want you to hit that notification bell. Make sure you're subscribed. I want you to even comment below and let me know where you're viewing this from. Now, let's deal with the issue of why is it that when I'm talking to my woman, it feels like she can't stay on task? Or why is it that it feels like we have to talk about 10 different things in a conversation when I thought we were talking about one thing? When that happens, in most cases, what's going on with your woman is she does not feel heard. She doesn't feel heard. And you're probably thinking to yourself, why? I listen to her all the time. That's all she does is talk. I get it. But that's not what I'm talking about in particular. What tends to happen in those scenarios is that your woman doesn't feel like she has enough space to talk. It feels like she doesn't have enough room to talk. It feels like she doesn't have clearance to talk because you perhaps have done what I've done in the past, and that is shut them down or rush them to get to the point or been distracted, right? She's talking to us and we're still on our phone. Or when we get frustrated, we just shut down and walk away, right? Have you done any of those things? Guys, I've done it, right? And that's what many of us men do. I won't say most of us, but many of us men do that. The issue with that is that when you shut down, when I shut down, when we are distracted, when we are not giving our full attention, they feel like they're not being heard. And especially when we're non-responsive, when we cannot recall what they just said, they really feel unheard and, I dare say, unseen. So then what happens is, when you're having a conversation with her, she doesn't know the next time she will have your undivided attention. And so in this moment, when it feels like she has your undivided attention, what she wants to do is share everything that's been on her heart since the last conversation. Because she doesn't know when she's going to have your full focus again. Because at times we are distracted. At times it is because they're trying to have a conversation with us when we're not fully focused. Perhaps it's the end of the day. Perhaps we're all talked out. Whatever the case is, when we shut down or when we are not as attentive as we could be, when we are not as focused as we could be, what it causes them to do is feel like they're not being heard. And when they don't feel heard, man, they bottle up everything that's inside of them. So how do we fix that? You have to give her time and space to talk, bro. That's just the bottom line. You have to create time and space for her to talk. And what that looks like is a few things. So number one, and I want to give you just a few things that I think will help you men who are watching this, because many of us deal with this. And the truth is that most of us don't need to talk as much. That's not true. Most of us don't desire to talk as much as the women in our lives desire to talk. Most of us men are very direct, very to the point. We say what needs to be said. We get directly to the point. We don't want to do a bunch of extra talking. And what we don't realize is that the women in our lives need that space. They need that grace to have that extra conversation. So as a result, it is our job, it is our responsibility to create space for them to talk. What I would like you to consider doing is this. Number one, the next time she shows up and wants to have a conversation, I want you to intentionally put everything down, turn everything off, and don't do it in a sarcastic way. I want you to do it in a loving way. Turn everything off and just give her your full focus. Just give her your undivided attention. That's the first thing I want you to do. The second thing I want you to do is, as she is talking, I want you to reflect back to her what she's saying. So I want you to give her your undivided attention. Number two, I want you to begin reflecting back what you heard her say. So when she's finished talking, I want you to say, okay, so I hear I think I understand what you're saying. What I hear you saying is that it bothers you when blank because it makes you feel blank. I want you to begin reflecting back what she said to you. That's number two. Here's the third thing I want you to do. This is going to shift some things for you. I want you to initiate a talk time. Initiated talk time. So what I want you to do is I want you to pull her aside and say this. Hey, I realize that you don't have enough space. I haven't created enough space for you to talk, express, to emote, to share your heart, share your feelings. I realize that I tend to shut down when you do that. I don't want to do that. So what I want to do is I want to initiate a talk time with you. I want us to meet every Friday from 6 to 7. We're not going to meet in the house. We're going to go on a date. We're going to go get some coffee. We're going to go grab a snack, go get dessert. But I want to create space where we can connect and talk. All right. And I want you to give her that space. Create the space for her to talk, because what that does is it shows her that you care, shows her that you love her. It shows her that her heart, her mind, her words, her intentions, her ideas, her feelings are meaningful to you, and that you're willing to create space for her. I want you to imagine what that looks like, man. If you were to say, you know what, I'm going to create space for my wife to express her feelings by giving her, number one, her undivided attention, my undivided attention, rather. I'm going to give her my undivided attention. So when she comes to me, I'm going to turn everything off. I'm going to silence everything. Even if it's the middle of the game, I'm going to turn the game off, because what I want her to feel like is that she is a priority in my life. Then number two, I'm going to begin reflecting back to her what I heard her say. So, and it looks like this. Okay, so what I hear you saying is that you are concerned that blank because it makes you feel blank. I'm going to begin reflecting back what she says. The third thing I want you to do is I want you gentlemen to become intentional about creating some talk time for your wife. Take her out, right? And just really lock in and engage in what she's saying. Just give her the floor and say, hey, listen, this talk time is for you. I want to make sure you're heard. I want to make sure you're seen. I want to make sure you're valued. And I want to create space to do that. Hey, man, I have done these things and it's changed the game for me in my marriage. Primarily because at times I do not have capacity. I don't have a lot of energy to do a lot of talking and a lot of listening, because I spend so much time, I exert so much energy every day talking to people as a coach, doing this, right? I talk a lot. So what I had to do was create space for her while at the same time controlling the intake. That's the best way to put it. I want her to be able to express and emote, but I want to be able to do it in a way that I can receive it. And at times when she is just pulling up on me with conversation, just kind of popping out with conversation, is not the best time. So what I want you to do, and what I've learned to do, is create time, create space. Here's the last thing I want you to do. I want you to write this question down. And I ask this question frequently, at least once a quarter. I ask my wife this question, and I ask this question a few different ways in between. Here's a question I want you to ask her. Write this down. Am I showing up for you in a way that you feel loved, valued, and appreciated? It's one of the questions that I have learned to ask my wife frequently, because I want her to be able to give me a report card. I want to be a safe place for her, and I want you to be a safe place for your wife. And let me just say this, guys. Most of us men have not been taught how to do this. Simply put, we have not been taught how to do relationships. We have not been taught how to be emotionally healthy, emotionally expressive. So as a result, when we go to do it, it feels uneasy and awkward. It's going to feel like that from time to time. But the more you do it, the more easy it becomes, and the more it becomes your nature. If you are a man who needs some mentorship, and especially around becoming an emotionally healthy leader, I want to invite you into Total Man Leadership Alliance. This is a community I created almost a year ago, strictly for men who desire to become emotionally healthy leaders. Now, if you're not willing to do the work, if you don't want to do the work, if you're not willing to be uncomfortable, this is not for you. But I am called to mentor men who are ready to level up, ready to elevate, ready to become more emotionally healthy men. We meet every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. Man, I would love for you to come hang out with us. Membership is very affordable. And the reason why there is a membership fee is because I believe you appreciate, you value what you invest in. I could have opened this up for free, but I want men to invest in themselves. And so again, it's very affordable. If you're interested, and you should be, I want you to hit that link below. Come and join me. Let me walk with you, man. Right now, there aren't a lot of men in the room. And so it really feels like we have this engagement, this very close-knit engagement. You'll be joining a brotherhood of men as well. who are all moving in the same direction. All right. So hit that link below. Come and join me. I'm ready to walk with you, ready to partner with you, ready to get you to the next level. Remember, I want you to do those 4 things. Number 1, I want you to create space for your wife to communicate by shutting everything down and giving her that room to communicate. Number 2, I want you to begin reflecting back what you've heard her say. Number 3, I want you to initiate a talk time or a talk night. Number 4, I want you to ask that question: am I showing up for you in a way that you feel loved, valued, and appreciated? I want you to comment below. Let me know what spoke loudest to you. Hit that notification bell. Share this with a friend. Until next time, y'all, take care.